Welcome. Let's begin standing at the top of our mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. Press down into the foundation of your feet, lift up nice and tall, keeping lots of length in your spine. We can check that the pelvis is in neutral by bringing one hand to the front of your pelvis and the other to your lower back. Gently rock your pelvis back and forth until you feel the neutral position engage. The lower back is neither overarched or flattened. Bring your hands together at prayer position at your chest. Inhale as you circle your shoulders back, raising your arms up towards the sky. Feel your Mula Bandha engage like a powerful invisible line that's lifting from your pelvic floor through your core, spine, and out of the top of your head. Maintain this engagement as you bring your hands together again in prayer and exhale as you gently lower your torso forward, keeping a slight bend in your knees and stopping halfway to flat back. Lengthening your spine, stretch your arms back behind you, reaching your fingertips back, straightening your legs as you take an inhale here, and then bending your knees, exhale as you fold forward into Uttanasana, allowing your head and arms to hang heavy. Inhale as you straighten your legs and lift back up to a flat back position with your hands resting on your ankles, shins or thighs. And then exhale as you bend your knees and fold forward Uttanasana. Keeping the knees bent, inhale as you slowly rise up to mountain pose, uncurling one vertebrae at a time. Head is last to lift as you reach your arms up and overhead, hands coming together in prayer and lowering down to your chest. We'll repeat this flow using the breath to guide the body. Inhale, reach the hands up to meet overhead in prayer. Exhale as you bend the knees and fold forward, stopping halfway, lengthen your spine in a flat back position, straighten your legs, and stretching your arms out by your sides, fingertips pointing behind you. Take a nice inhalation here, and then exhale as you bend your knees and fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up to flat back, straighten your legs, fingertips resting on either ankles, shins or thighs, and exhale as you bend your knees and fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, keeping the knees bent as you rise back up to Tadasana, arms reaching up to the sky, taking a slight back arch here, then exhale as you fold forward, stopping halfway in flat back. Inhale here with straight legs, and exhale with a slight bend in the knees as you fold forward. Keep your left knee bent with your left hand either on top or in front of your left foot. Inhale as you straighten your right leg and open up to the right, reaching your right fingertips up to the sky, twisting from your thoracic spine. Exhale, return to Uttanasana, both knees bent. Inhale as you straighten your left leg, keeping your right knee bent and open up to the left, reaching your left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, return to Uttanasana. One more time, inhale, straighten your right leg as you reach your right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, straighten your left leg as you reach your fingertips up to the sky. And then exhale, return to forward fold. Inhale as you step your right foot back, lowering your right knee and top of your foot to the mat for a low crescent lunge. Find your balance as you sweep your fingertips up towards the sky, maybe taking a slight back arch, and then clasping both hands, bring them down to rest on your left thigh. See if you can use your breath to go a bit deeper into your hip flexor stretch, and we'll stay here for the count of 3 breaths. On your next inhale, raise your fingertips back up towards the sky, lower the hands down to the mat, framing your foot, and lift your right leg coming up onto your right toes, and step your left foot back to meet your right for plank position. Check that your wrists are directly in line with the shoulders. Option to lower the knees to the mat for a half plank or stay up on the toes for full plank. Broaden the front and back of the body, making sure you continue to breathe smoothly as you stay strong and long through your plank. Keeping your mula bandha engaged, imagine that powerful line running from your pelvic floor to the top of your head, and heels are pressing back into an imaginary wall if you're in full plank. Maintaining this strong line with mula bandha engaged as you slowly, with control, lower your torso to the mat. Untuck your toes so the tops of your feet are pressing down into the mat. Activate through your leg muscles and keeping your elbows close to your body. Inhale to rise up to cobra, neck is long with the crown of your head reaching upwards. Exhale, lower your torso back to the mat. Inhale as you tuck your toes under, lifting up to plank. And then exhale as you lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Stretching the arms out long, shoulders are away from the ears, maybe nod your head yes or no to check, and feel the stretch across your shoulders and under your armpits. Press firmly into your palms and knuckles to avoid dumping all of your weight into your wrists, and make your spine as long as possible, from your neck all the way down to your tailbone. If you have particularly tight hamstrings, then I suggest keeping both knees bent and your heels lifted off of the mat. We want to feel the stretch in the back of the legs, so try pedaling out the feet, lowering one heel as close to the mat as you can, then the other, being mindful not to strain. Use the breath as always to work in unison with your body and stretches. Now planting your left foot down, inhale as you kick your right foot back and up towards the sky for a three-legged dog. Bend your knee and exhale as you step your right foot through to the top of your mat in between your hands. Lower your left knee to the mat and untuck your toes. Check that your right knee is at a 90-degree angle directly above your right ankle. Inhale as you sweep your fingertips up towards the sky for a low crescent lunge. Clasp your hands and lower to the top of your right thigh, using the breath to stretch a little deeper into your hip flexors. And we'll stay here for the count of 3 breaths. And on your next inhale, raise your fingertips back up towards the sky, lower the hands down to the mat, framing your foot. Lifting your left knee off of the mat, rise up onto your left toes and step your right foot back to meet your left for plank position. Staying strong and long through your plank, keep your core engaged as you slowly, with control, lower your torso to the mat. Untuck your toes so the tops of your feet are flat on the mat. Activate your leg muscles and inhale as you rise up to cobra. Exhale, lower your torso back to the mat. Inhale as you tuck your toes under and lift up to plank. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Pedal out your feet. Lift your gaze as you start to walk your feet up to the top of your mat between your hands. Keeping your knees bent, inhale as you rise up to Tadasana, arms reaching up and overhead, hands meeting together in prayer. Then exhale as you fold forward, stopping halfway and flat back. Inhale, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you step your right foot back, followed by your left, meeting in plank position. Option to lower the knees to the mat for a half plank or stay up on the toes for full plank, making sure you continue to breathe smoothly as you keep your mula bandha engaged, drawing your navel in towards your spine. Spine is long. Strengthening the arms, wrists and toning your abs. We're going to move into a side plank now. So if you're taking a half plank, drop your hips to the right side of your mat, swinging your right foot behind as you roll onto your right hand and straighten your left leg as you keep your hips lifted and reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. For full plank, we're dropping to the outer edge of the right foot, stacking the feet or placing the left in front of the right, making sure to keep your hips lifted, mulla bandha is engaged, and lifting left fingertips up towards the sky. Continue to breathe, and on your next exhale, we'll return to centre. Now rolling onto your left side for either a half or full side plank, making sure your hips don't drop and reaching the right fingertips up towards the sky. Use your breath as strength, feeling the strengthening in the arms, wrists, and engaging your core. And exhale as you return to the centre of your mat. Slowly, with control, lower your torso to the mat, making sure not to drop your hips or head first. Untuck your toes as you rise up to Cobra. And then exhale, lower your torso back to the mat. Inhale as you tuck your toes under and lift up to plank. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Bending one knee and then the other, pedal out your feet, continue to breathe. And then just keeping the knees bent, core engaged, we're going to start to slowly lower your knees to the mat, feeling your abdominals engage. And then we're just going to hover the knees for 4 breaths. Using your core. And then finally lowering to all 4s. Take your knees out wide to either side of your mat with toes touching. Inhale as you walk your fingertips to the top of your mat, arms stretched out in front of you. Exhale as you sit back on your heels and lower your forehead to the mat for a wide-legged child's pose. Take as much time as you need here, letting your breath flow deeply and smoothly. On your next inhale, lift up onto your fingertips and slowly rising back up, take a seat on your heels. Bring your hands together in prayer at your chest and thank yourself for taking the time to do this quick little sequence today. Namaste.